Hi, I'm Randolph Miller, and welcome to Bounce Around Charleston. School is getting ready to start, and we need to find out about road safety. Brian Sadler and Brian Young will be here to tell us about that. And then Dina Magwood will be here to talk about the Head Start program for the Charleston County School District. And then music by Dion Haywood and company. Okay, we're here on Bounce Around Charleston, and standing here with me, officers Brian Young and Brian Sadler. We're here to talk about back to school traffic safety. What would you all like to share with our audience about traffic safety?
In light of back to school, some school bus safety things that some topics we'd like to hit on. As far as the parents, getting prepared for having your children out, going to the school bus, getting to the school bus stops. Make sure your children aren't carrying anything in their hands. Try to make sure they have everything in their book bags. That way they don't drop anything along the roadside.
Okay.
Leave home on time. Try to get to the school bus stop on time, so that way
they're not trying to run the bus down.
Trying to catch the bus at the last minute, because it's very unsafe to try to do that.
Okay.
If you can, have your children wear bright colors. They're going to be out there on the street, waiting for the school bus and coming home. Wearing bright colors be more visible to other drivers.
Because sometimes when they're out there, it's not really bright yet.
Right, yeah, early in the morning when they're waiting for the school bus to come. And a few things you could teach your children: try to stand 10 feet away from the bus. Don't get right on top of it. Wait for the bus to completely stop before they get off or get on the bus. Never walk behind the bus.
Never walk behind the bus.
Never. There's never a reason you need to walk behind the bus. The bus has the arm in the front to keep children away from the bus, so the driver is able to see them, and that way no one gets hurt. If a child drops an item when getting off of a bus, make sure to make eye contact with the driver. Go back to the bus driver and say, hey, I dropped this. I want to go pick it up. So that way the driver doesn't drive off, because if a child bends over, the driver might not be able to see them.
Okay, Brian, number 2, what do you want to share?
Well, we're going to hit on some things for the drivers to do, like the law about passing school buses. If you see a school bus on a 2-lane road, all traffic has to stop both directions when the red lights come on.
I've often wondered about that. And if it's a 4-lane highway?
If it's a 4-lane highway, only the traffic coming up behind the school bus has to stop when the amber lights come on and then when the red lights come on. However, the opposite direction traffic does not have to stop.
And we've been out for about 3 months now. Everybody's been laxed about traveling on the road.
You don't see the buses anymore.
You don't see the buses, and now they're about to get back on the road. So what would you tell everybody to be aware of now?
The biggest thing is just paying attention. When you're driving a vehicle, make sure you're driving the vehicle, not doing everything else like texting, putting on makeup. Everything else just draws your attention away from what could be a hazard in the roadway.
You mean to tell me they can't put on the makeup while they're driving?
No, sir. Leave a little bit early and do that before you get in a vehicle.
You'd be surprised what people do while they're driving. Distracted driving is very dangerous.
I have one of my coworkers here. She loves to drink her Starbucks while she's driving. I won't call her name, but she loves her Starbucks. And so those are the kind of things we should not do.
If you can, yeah. Try to do that before you get in your vehicle. When you're in your vehicle, focus on driving, pay attention to your surroundings, as well as the other signs and kids, because you never know when one might jump out in front of you, especially early in the mornings.
Now, there has been a state grant. What about the state grant?
Right, Officer Sadler and I are on a statewide grant. It's a highway safety grant. It's a part of the Target Zero initiative. There's been some PSAs out there talking about Target Zero, basically saying that how many traffic deaths are acceptable in your family.
Wow.
I think everybody would say the same answer would be zero.
Zero.
And that's what we're part of. We're trying to reduce the amount of injury and fatal collisions by enforcement of traffic law.
So what are some of the things that you're trying to do with that?
Mostly getting people to buckle up.
Okay.
Buckle up saves lives. Distracted driving, like we've already touched on. Distracted driving is probably one of the number one reasons for collisions right now, especially involving young adults and teens. And slow down. Just slow down. Pay attention. Obey the speed limit. It's there for a reason. Trying to save lives.
Also, driving under the influence, driving under impaired, drinking and driving, taking medications and driving, things like that. Definitely want to stay clear of.
So yes, you don't want anything to distract you while you're driving, and don't drive while you are impaired. Like drinking,
right?
Stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
So We're about to go back to school. School's about to start, and we need for the drivers on the highway to be aware and look out for the school buses.
Oh yes.
Just pay attention. If you're driving down the highway or roadways and you see a school bus that's somewhere around you, just know that the school bus is there. It's carrying children, and it could stop. So
Brian Young and Brian Sadler, thank you very much for sharing school bus safety with us, and we'll be right back after this break.